Alright, today we're going to solve equations with variables on both sides. When they say both sides, they mean both sides of the equal sign. So 5x plus 2 equals 2x plus 14. Alright, you want to scan this problem first with your eyes and look for number 1, distributive property. Okay? Is there any distributive property that needs to be done here? No, there's not. There's no numbers next to parentheses. And 2, for combining like terms. And when you're combining like terms, you're looking, is there anything that I can combine on the left side of the equation? No, there's not. And then you look to the right side to see if there's anything that you can combine. And there's not there either. So, if that's the case, your next step is to start moving numbers. And what I mean by moving numbers is, you've got to get all the variables on one side of the equal sign. And then you want to get the regular numbers on the other side of the equal sign. Okay? Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. Number 1, some people like to choose the number in front of the variable that's the smallest. Okay? So the left side has a 5 and the right side has a 2 in front of the variable. Some people like to always move the smaller number. Okay? That's fine. In this case, if you subtract 2x from each side, you're going to get 3x plus 2 equals 14. By moving the smaller number, a lot of times you can avoid having a negative in front of the equal sign. Because if you think about it, if you would have subtracted 5x from each side, you would have had negative 3x, right? Well, since we moved the 2, we don't have a negative in front of the variable. Thanks. Katie? Alright, so now, what's your next step? Yeah, now it's just like the multi-step equations that we did the other day. So you subtract 2 from each side. 3x is equal to 12. You divide by 3. And x is equal to 4. Any way to check that answer? Plug it in. What's 5 times 4? 20 plus 2. What's 2 times 4? Plus 14. Is 22 equal 22? Yeah, your answer's right. Okay. Alright, 7k plus 2 equals 4k minus 10. So, subtract 4k from each side. 3k plus 2 is equal to negative 10. Subtract 2 from each side. 3k equals negative 10 minus 2. Good, negative 12. Divide by 3. And k is equal to negative 4. Turn the page. 112 up on top, solving an equation with grouping symbols. So now we got 2 times 5x minus 1 equals 3 times x plus 11. That's distributive property on both sides, isn't it? Alright, so that's 2 times 5x, which is 10x. And that's 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. It's 3 times x, which is 3x, and it's 3 times 11, which is positive 33. Alright, if you're comfortable, go ahead and finish it. You can subtract 3x from each side. 7x minus 2 equals 33. Add 2. 7x equals 35. Divide by 7. And x equals 5. You guys notice what's going on as we're moving through this book? Go ahead. Just adding a step each time, right? When we started this section, the problem looked like that, didn't it? And then the next day, it looked like that, right? And then, okay? So it just keeps building. It just keeps building. If you're confused on this, you got to get some help. You got to see me. You got to go to tutoring on Wednesday and Thursday mornings. Okay? Room 14108. 8 o'clock to 8:40. It's free. Okay? Clear? Questions? Take a look at this. 2x plus 7. Alright, is there anything that can be done first on the left-hand side? No, it just stays 2x plus 7. No distributive property, no combining like terms. On the right-hand side, what needs to be done? Yeah, you got to distribute that negative symbol. You got to distribute a negative 1. There's a 1 there, but it's not written. It's implied. Negative 1 times 3. Good. Negative 1 times negative 2. Positive 2x. Oh, this looks good, doesn't it? What's going to happen next? Two x minus 2x is 0. You're left with 7 equals negative 3. Have you ever known of a 7 to equal a negative 3? No, sir. No. There's no solution. When you get there, there is no solution to that problem. First step here. Combine like terms. Can you combine 4x and 7? What about negative 7 and 4x? Okay. No distributive property. What next? Subtract 4x. So we get negative 7 equals negative... Uh-oh. It's true, isn't it? Is there going to be a solution for x here? There's an infinite number of solutions for x. Alright, so that's infinite solutions. Okay, that means no matter what you put in for x, it's going to work. Alright? Yes? It's infinite solutions. It's also called identity. Because another example of that might be if you would have added 7 to each side first, you would have gotten 4x equals 4x, right? And it doesn't matter what you put in here for x, it's going to work. Okay? So it's an identity problem. There's an infinite number of solutions. Questions? All right, your assignment for today. Page 114. Through 16. Yeah, 11 through 16. After you do those, I want you to do number 5. And then 19 through 22. And after you do those, I want you to do 18.
Does it have to be in that order?
Yeah. That's why I wrote it up there that way.